first ever episode of the MMA Lockcast. I'm your host, MJ, aka MMA Lock of the Night, and at MMA LOTN on Twitter. Before I kick things off, I just want to give a quick shout out to Eric Fontanez for hooking me up with that sweet intro music. You guys can follow him on Twitter at Lord Fonz, that's with 2 Z's. And then just a quick shout out to at @newsub_MMA for helping me, dial it down to one podcast name after I was trying to figure out what the fuck to use. But yeah, just a quick shout out to those guys. Appreciate you guys helping me out with this process. Yeah, so I've been trying to fucking get a podcast together and get some content out there for you guys, but I just got a busy ass schedule, man. Almost working 12 hours a day, so if I'm not working, I'm sleeping. If I'm not doing one of those, I'm trying to spend time with my loved ones. So I just want to do a quick podcast for you guys every fight week, 10 to 12 minutes, nothing too crazy, nothing too long, just enough to give you guys a quick breakdown of my lock of the night pick and then quick picks for the rest of the card. Just a quick note on my paid versus free picks if you guys haven't been following me for that long. I charge for picks once I get on a 3 bet streak or a 3 hit streak, if you guys want to call it that. After that, I start charging for picks until I take my next L, and then I go back to free picks and rinse and repeat type of format there. The main reason I charge for picks and in this way is I feel like it's probably the best way to do it. I'm not charging too much. I'm not asking you guys to take out a loan or anything to get these picks, but it's helping me get towards my financial goal. I want to eventually make this a full-time thing, so if I can expedite that with, working 2 jobs right now, as well as, charging for something that I believe that I'm relatively good at, I'm going to do that. But until I reach that, once I reach that financial goal, it's going to be, everything's going to be free from there. So that's something to eventually look forward to. I'm hoping that's not too far, but, as time goes on, we'll see what's up. So let's just get right into the card. I'm going to give you guys quick picks leading up to my fight, or my lock of the night, and then I'll give you guys my quick picks on the co-main and main event. So let's start off with the bottom of the card. Let's do this real quick. I got Haq Parast over Narimini. I got Ray over Johnson. I got Ankalev over Craig. I got Dawadu over Henry. I got Onkamp over Roberts. I got Bird over Phillips. And then I got Edwards over Sabota. So, yeah, that leads us pretty much to my lock of the night. Let's start off with the opponent first, Terrion Ware. First off, let's just talk about this guy's fucking road in the UFC, man. Like, this guy takes a short notice fight against Cody Stamann, who's just a beast, who just beat, Brian Caraway, one of the top 5 35ers in the world, and then comes back and fights a hype train in Sean O'Malley. Did relatively well in that fight, but still lost the decision, and was still getting lit up when, he couldn't get his shit together. In terms of things that I've noticed about him, he doesn't do too well against guys that move well. He's a good tight, boxer. He has a tight striking defense, like the way that he stands, but it's very high. So it kind of leaves his torso open for body kicks, and knees or anything to the body area. When his confidence is high, like for example in the second round against Sean O'Malley, his pit bull style kind of starts to up its volume. Normally he's kind of pretty, he's kind of gun shy. If his confidence isn't there, he's still plodding forward. He's still moving forward. He's just still trying to be aggressive, but he's not really throwing anything to back that up. I think eventually his chasing style will play into Duke Inwa's game, which is why I don't think this is a great matchup for him. Obviously he can do well. He can eventually get the fight to a point where he could win it, but that's all dependent on his confidence and if he can get his combinations and put them together. Moving on to Tom Duquesnoy, I have made him my lock of the night. I got him at minus 253 on Pinnacle as soon as that dropped, thank God. Now apparently he's up to about minus 350, minus 360, which is kind of out of my range. So I wouldn't be mad if none of you guys are telling me for this, if you guys didn't already get him at a good price. He's very aggressive, throws beautiful knees and elbows. Something I noticed in his fight, whenever he gets, when somebody lands a leg kick on him, he tries to get it right back. Like he throws a hard kick right in return. Maybe not immediately as a counter, but like he wants to try. Like it looks like he's just trying to get it back. Sometimes he does overcommit on his stand-up, which does leave him open for takedowns, but I don't think that's something that he's going to be very, he's not going to be too hesitant about in this fight, as Terrion doesn't really show that diversity in his game. He's more so like a one-dimensional fighter from at least all the tape that I've seen. Dukinwa should be able to find his way back to his feet in case he does get taken down. I would be surprised if he's on the ground for longer than 30 to 45 seconds. But again, I highly doubt that even happens. He's very good at, either way, like he's pretty good at trying to get up right away, trying to look for submissions, trying to look for a way up no matter who he's fighting. In one of his previous Bama fights, he got taken down after he overcommitted on a combination. And right away, he looked for a single leg reversal, got the sweep right into full mount, and locked up a triangle immediately. You can say what you want about the competition, but to have that type of reaction time and fluidity is pretty impressive. So I can definitely see what the hype was around this kid when he signed up to the UFC. He always seems 2 steps ahead of his opponent in terms of knowing what the next move is going to be. He does get hit. I'm not gonna just gloss over that. He definitely does get hit, but what he throws in return is definitely more dangerous than probably what Terrion Ware is going to be throwing at him. Terrion doesn't have the greatest knockout power, so even if Dukinwa does get hit, I think he will land some of those elbows when Ware's trying to get a little over aggressive. One thing with Dukinwa as well, he doesn't really take a step back. He was taking steps back in the Cody Stamann fight strictly because Cody was threatening with those takedowns. So people may say it's gas issues, but I don't think it was gas. It was more so him just being a little thrown off by the grappling that Cody Stamann was throwing at him. Sorry, guys. So, with that said, I really think that the versatility of Tom Dukinwa's strikes will be able to be the decision maker in this fight. He will, feint, he will slip, he will weave, and he will come back and hit Terrion with shit that he's probably never been hit with before. We haven't seen Terrion get finished in the UFC yet, but I think this might be the one. This might be the one that allows Tom Dukinwa to show off his full potential and get a decisive victory on his side of the world. So, yep, once again, I got Tom Dukinwa minus 253, hoping that he pulls off this victory and I can get back on a winning track. So just going back to the quick picks real quick, we got Jan Blachowicz over Jimmy Manuwa, and I'm also taking Fabricio Verdum over Alexander Volkov. So that's pretty much a wrap. I stayed within my limit of 10 to 12 minutes. I don't want to be too long for you guys. If you guys want to hit me up with any suggestions, tips, helpers, please do. I'm more than open to it. I'm open to some constructive criticism, whatever it is. I'll be working to make every podcast better and try to be a little bit more efficient with my wording and breaking down these fights. So, yeah, thanks for listening. My next one will be April 6th, right before UFC 223. I'm going to be preparing it that whole week leading up to Friday, and then I'll drop it on Friday for you guys to listen to. So, yeah, good luck with your plays this weekend at UFC London, and I'm gone.